With the holidays approaching, many people may choose a natural Christmas tree as a departure from the artificial trees that might have been used in the past. Today, aromatic, fresh-cut trees and even evergreens that can be home for the holidays and then replanted in your property are easily found throughout Tennessee. We visited Putnam Countys Mark IV Christmas Tree Farm and even found a look-alike Santa at Cumberland Countys Arcy Acres when we went looking for a professional perspective. We found out why real Christmas trees can make your holiday season green in more ways than one.
Hi, I'm Art Landrigan. We're here at Arcy Acres, Christmas Tree Farm and Nursery, which I own with my wife Cindy. The farm has been in operation since 1997, and our first retail season was in the 2002 retail year. We actually began the farm before retirement while we were both working in the Dayton, Ohio area. And we traveled for 6.5 years every other weekend to work the farm, plant trees, shape trees, and build the infrastructure necessary to operate this type of operation. In 2001, following my retirement, we moved down on a permanent basis, and a year later we began our first retail season of operations. I'm also the president of the Tennessee Christmas Tree Growers Association, which I joined following my retirement in 2001. And my wife Cindy is the secretary-treasurer of that organization. When we took over the management of that organization in the 2003 timeframe, the organization had slipped down to a membership of about 15 growers, the smallest since its inception back in the late 1960s, early 1970s. A lot of folks had retired from the business, and a lot of others just chose not to belong to the organization. But I'm happy to report that from that 2003 period to present, we have tripled our membership, and we currently are running in excess of 35 registered farms as part of the association. Here at Arcy Acres, we started small, selling a mere 60 trees during our first operating season of 2002. But we are here to provide that experience, and while it started at Christmas, we have expanded that every year into other areas and other venues of interest. We went from choose and cut Christmas trees to offering live Christmas trees, balled and burlap, so that you can take them home, use them at Christmas time in the home, and then plant them in your landscape, your home landscape following Christmas. We added a full-service nursery 2 years ago, operating on almost a year-round basis, closing only in the months of July and August, when it's really too hot to plant anyway. The plan here at Arcy Acres is to offer a family experience not just at Christmas, but on a year-round basis, continuing into future years.
Hello, this is Alan Galloway. I'm owner of Mark IV Christmas Tree Farm on Kennard Road here just north of Cookeville, and I just wanted to share a little bit about why I got into the Christmas tree business. And like a lot of folks, I do it on a part-time basis, so a few years back when I had a chance to get just a couple acres out here north of town, actually we started in 1992. We started planting our very first seedlings, and for those of you that are familiar with Christmas trees, you know they take a little while to grow. So, you know, it takes generally 7 to 8 years before we get a mature tree. So starting seedlings, we started each year planting a few hundred, working our way into it, knowing that in time we would have some ready to sell. And we started selling in 1998, I guess, technically, and have been selling a few trees out here every year since. We keep about 2 acres growing in trees at any one time, so generally I like to say I have about 1,400 trees in various stages out here at any one time. Well, generally, when the whole process of growing the trees is typically we're going to plant new seedlings either in late fall, November, December, or some varieties will plant in early spring, March or April. So you're buying those, you're planting those. That's a part of the process. Then usually in the springtime, obviously if you got grass around very small trees, we have to keep that trimmed back or use some sort of chemicals to hold the weeds down around them, because that's one of the major challenges for that little seedlings, to get enough sunlight and moisture to keep growing. One of the advantages of growing of using a real tree is the fact that Christmas trees are a renewable resource. The statistic we have been told about is the fact that an acre of Christmas trees growing provides enough oxygen for 18 people annually. So that alone is a good reason just to use them, because you're doing something good that's good for the environment as well.
The National Christmas Tree Association promotes and sponsors the Real Tree program. The Real Tree program is actually promoting the use of live and real Christmas trees as opposed to the artificial trees, which can be used year after year until they fall apart and then go into a landfill, and that landfill decomposition may take 30 to 40 years if it ever occurs. You are not cutting down a tree from nature without replacements, as the average Christmas tree farmer plants anywhere from 3 to 6 trees per year for every tree harvested in the prior year season. The resultant Christmas trees following the season have many uses around the home and the community as well. You can either cut them up, bring them to a recycling center to be used as mulch. You can bury them in a pond or a lake to provide much needed cover for a newly hatched fry in the spring, keeping the fish population raised above what it would normally be without their help. There are many, many uses that tree can be put to following its use in the home. People often ask, how does a Christmas tree get such a perfect shape? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't happen naturally in nature. Each tree is custom groomed and sheared by the grower every year, with some species requiring multiple shearings in a given season. The white pine is probably one of the more difficult to shape and shear because of the limited time frame that you have available to do it. This tree, as an example, probably had a top that was approximately 6 to 8 inches taller than what you currently see. So at the right time of year, you have to cut that to the appropriate length for the shape of the tree, and then hand cut the branches that are close to the top to give that tree its conical shape. Once you do that, come back with a rotary pruner or a shearing knife and continue that taper all the way down the tree to give the tree its wholesome shape and keep it full looking.
I guess to sum it up, the special part I've enjoyed about growing Christmas trees is since we started this when my sons were very small, they've got to grow up and be involved in the process. They've got to help me plant the trees, take care of the trees and all that. But it's a lot of fun to see the families come out and go through the process of choosing the tree for them each year.
So come join us this Christmas, or to any local Christmas tree farm, and purchase your real tree, supporting not only that farm, but the local economy, the local efforts that keep our wonderful part of Tennessee what it is today.